Hello, my name is Quentin Cooper. Some may know me as Irate, but you are now listening to the introduction to my very own podcast, The Struggles of a Local Artist. With this podcast, we would discuss topics on how to overcome obstacles in the industry and some things that you might face as a local artist, interviews, and much more. So stay updated by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Irate Music. Tune in every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Thank you. Looking forward to see you there. Brow! All right, good evening or good afternoon or good morning, whenever you guys are listening to this podcast. Like I said in the introduction, my name is Quentin Cooper. Some may know me as Irate. But this is my podcast. This is the first episode. So let me explain a few things. This podcast, I'm going to try to update it every Wednesday. So every Wednesday at 6 p.m. there will be an episode. Every episode will be pre-recorded, so all I have to do is just pretty much upload it. I can make it as a schedule upload or whichever way is easier for me. I work a 9 to 5. I'm a pharmacy technician, so I usually get out at 5:30 most of the time, so it's kind of hard for me to get home and then upload and all that crap. But yeah, so like I said in the introduction, basically I made this podcast to go over things that I went through as a local artist. Maybe things other artists might or may have gone through. I mean, similar things. But in the long run, each podcast is going to be about 30 minutes. Give or take. So, and I'm just going to discuss a few things. With this episode, it's going to be just like similar to an intro and telling who I am. And we might discuss something. But each episode, what I personally want to do, I mean, I don't know if anyone's religious, whoever's listening to this. I mean, you don't really have to be religious to read the Bible, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of things that, can help you with life outside of religion. And so basically, I want to try to, before each episode, I want to give a scripture personally that I might like, or maybe just like a random scripture from the Bible that may help somebody out. But I'm gonna go with one of my favorite ones first. Let me pull up the exact scripture because I don't want to, be wrong, and then somebody in the comment section might say, "Oh, dude, you got it wrong. You didn't say it right." Because the thing about the Bible too, it can be interpreted in your own way. That's why it's good to go to church and Bible study, because you may think this scripture means this, but it may mean another thing. But long as you get a good a good message out of it. Let me look it up real quick. Just give me about 2 minutes, if that. You might hear my phone in the background. Okay. I know it's Proverbs. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if any of you guys read the Bible. I usually read out of the New Testament because it's more like modern, and I guess that's what. But anyways, Proverbs 18:21. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. What I got out of that scripture was that, basically, however you basically, let me put this. Okay, so however you say things or however you perceive things or however you go about things, like for example, say if you're a really positive person, if you're a really positive person, a lot of positive things will happen to you. Like, in other words, you speak things into existence. Like, so say for example, I'm like all the day, every time I wake up, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have a great day, or I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be the best I can, so basically, however you come about things is how I interpret that scripture. It's very powerful, because people who talk very negative, usually negative things happen to them, so it's basically saying that God gave us the power to speak things into existence, and so be careful how you say things, or be careful what you wish for, so yeah, so just be mindful of that scripture. It's very powerful in my opinion. Things I want to discuss today. Let me just turn up the gain a little bit so I don't have to be so close to the mic because it feels like it's popping. And I have a pop filter, so it's just because I'm so close to it. I have one of those boom stands. But anyways, so let me just turn this up a little bit. I turned off the AC so you guys can't hear that. But okay, so things I want to discuss today. Like I said, I want to discuss, like, to get to know me if you don't personally know me, if you don't know me in person. Like I said, in this channel, a lot of people who follow it are family, friends, or family, or coworkers. So my name is Irate. That's my alter ego, my rap name, whatever you want to call it. But I've been rapping about, give or take, 10 to 12 years. I've never like taken it serious until I got in 11th grade. I had a rap group called Goon Squad, and then from Goon Squad I went to Apex. And we kind of fell off like not too long ago because a lot of people were it's just too much complication, negative influences, and just a lot of people weren't doing what they were supposed to. Let's just put it like that. No disrespect to my homies. I'm still friends with a lot of you guys. But yeah, so we had a little rap group. We weren't taking it too serious at first, but then we started paying for studio time. Tip number 1. I personally think that every local artist should try to invest into, their own equipment, because we were paying, I think it was $60 an hour. And to be honest, to make perfection, it takes more than an hour. I mean, not trying to be, there are people who are really talented who can just make a track in an hour and bust it out and it's just perfect. But, with local artists who aren't really, kind of new to it, it kind of takes a while. An hour is not going to be a good amount of time to perfect a track. And not only that, the engineer is not going to put 100% effort in there. Everybody knows that, so no matter how expensive their mic is, you can have a $200 mic, a $15 million mic. It doesn't matter how you just need time to mix it. So, yeah, so that's tip number 1. I believe personally that every artist should invest their time and money into a home studio, because say for instance I released an album with 10 tracks. Each track took me an hour, so you do the math. 10 times 60, that's $600. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's just a lot of money and that could be $600 invested into studio equipment. You can get an interface for $100, microphone for $50 off Amazon, and pop filter and mic stand all total out to around $50. And then if you already have a computer, that's a plus. But if you don't, you can get a cheap computer, and the interfaces usually come with free softwares. I'm gonna give you guys a little not side note, but kind of like a little I wouldn't say FYI or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. I'm just, because I'm freestyling this. This is not scripted. So just a little Easter egg, I should say. All my songs were mixed and mastered on Ableton Lite. I've never purchased the software. I know my mixes aren't the best, but compared to a lot of people's, I personally believe it's kind of up there. So with that being said, I've been mixing on that for like 4 years. So you don't necessarily need a really expensive, DAW. Whatever can get you by, it should be good. But yeah, listen, I'm not timing this, but I'm gonna try to end this. I'm gonna give myself 20 minutes. I'm just gonna make a little what is it? Not alarm, but timer. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 6 seconds. All right. Anyways, yeah. So that was tip number 1. Another thing that getting back to what I've been doing with music, or me personally, I attended our local community college, and it was kind of hard to juggle college plus work plus music. So I wasn't really focusing too much on music, because I personally thought that I needed a backup plan other than just music, because it's so hard nowadays. Everyone wants to, and just like I was saying about the home studios, it's so easy to get one and it's so cheap that everyone wants to be a rapper. And Nothing's wrong with that, but me personally, like I said, I've been doing it for a really long time, not just recording music, but writing music. I've been doing it for so long, and I personally think, like, man, if that's not what, God has in plan for you, then maybe you should go a different route. Just because you see everybody making money off of it, or it doesn't mean, it doesn't mean you. I'm not trying to bash no one, but I personally think, not saying I'm the best rapper, because I personally think I'm not even that good, but yeah, man, just do what you love. Don't just do because everyone else wants to do it. And yeah, so tip number two. This is gonna be tip number two. To just basically, man, just do something that you love. Like if you're a local artist and you just being an artist because you're doing it for fun, or just do something that you love, man. It doesn't matter if you're doing it for fun. If you love doing it, keep at it. But I mean, if not, man, just kick rocks. It's so many rappers out here, man. But anyways, tip number three. I didn't know I was gonna approach this podcast this way by doing tips, but like I said, I'm freestyling it. So yeah. So tip number three, I'm gonna go with listen, network. I personally don't network the right way, but I'm starting to do that. I have a good team right now called VOF. They're a blessing to me. They're doing stuff the right way, and they're approaching things the right way. But it's gonna take some time to get to where we want to be. But yeah, my biggest pet peeve is for rappers is rappers who complain and then they don't network or share stuff. You know what I'm saying? So tip number three, just get out there, share stuff. I mean, social media is so big nowadays. You can just share something, and just if you have really close friends, share it to them and have them share it. It doesn't mean like you don't have to necessarily listen to the track, long as you getting love from them. So yeah, so find a couple good friends and have them share your music, and go from there. So, but those are the three tips I'm gonna do for today. Now I'm gonna get back on track of who I am personally. Right now, just before I go on, I just want to say, it's very hard to be a local artist, with juggling money, juggling criticism, and a lot of opinion-based questions, very biased, and so I'm just gonna kick it off by that. But yeah, so me personally, like right now, life's been kind of up and down, but I know I'll get through it. There's been a lot of financial issues. Trying to build my credit. I had a friend passed away. So I've been kind of low, but at the same time, I've been pushing myself, and I know God has plans for me, so I just got to keep pushing. But yeah, so so my name is Quentin. I attended Monroe Community College, which is our local community college. I was working part time, maybe give or take 20 plus hours, maybe no more than like 40 hours a week. It was very hard. I had a lot of obstacles with financial aid and, trying to pass classes and just being discouraged and, but I like I said, I met a group of people, Apex, they were good to me, but it just was a lot of debating and it wasn't organized the right way. And through music, you're gonna meet a lot of great people, especially if you do shows and things of that nature. I did a couple of shows. I opened up for Joe Budden, and how ironic, Joe Budden has his own podcast. But anyways, me opening up for Joe Budden was a really bad experience. Not because the simple fact I didn't get the outcome. It was just like the place we were performed at. It was just terrible. Like the mics were like, it was just awful. Oh my god. Then Joe Budden didn't get there till like 2:00 in the morning. So I was just like, bro, I'm not staying here to meet him. Like I don't care how famous he is. But yeah. So and then mind you, one thing you're gonna notice as a local artist, a lot of these promoters, they could care less about you being local. They don't want to support you. They don't want to build you. There was one promoter for the Joe Budden show. We had to have a $800 deposit between me and my friend. I think we each paid $400, and they gave us like amount of tickets to sell to like make our money back. But I sold like 5 tickets, so I had to still pocket money out to the promoter, which is kind of messed up. Because with Rochester being such a small city, you would think there'll be people trying to uplift you, but nah, man. People watch you sink, man. They don't care. They just in it for the money, and that's so unfortunate in my opinion. Because man, music is so beautiful, and for somebody to take such advantage of it, it's beyond me. But sorry, my allergies are really messing up. But like I said, I was in college, worked at my local nursing home. It's owned by one of like the biggest companies in Rochester, RGH, and eventually I had to drop out of college. I really want to go back. Within the next year, I definitely want to attend college again and finish up. But it's kind of hard juggling music and college at the same time, plus work. But a few struggles that I have went through was just trying to just find myself while I'm trying to make music. Cause it's like, man, do I still want to do this? And then not only that, like you try to invest more money into your studio or whatever, the music, whatever, and then it's just like you don't get the outcome. So it's kind of discouraging. But I kept pushing. I'm still pushing to this day. I don't care if I get 20 views. I'm still gonna make music. I love it. So. But after college, I started doing full time at my job. And then I also started picking up hours in our pharmacy. Like, it's kind of a blessing that, I got that opportunity, and now I'm a pharmacy technician and no longer work in the kitchen. So that's kind of cool. God blessed me with that. And I also had a second job at the time when I was full-time at the kitchen. And basically, my second job, oh, my God, it was good, but at the same time, awful. No disrespect to Mort. I shouldn't have said his name, but he was just like, I understand 100%. It's a guy who can't really walk much, but he was really disrespectful at times. But I'm just going to pray for him and just hope God blesses him. But I'm not going to lie, the money was really helpful, especially with me having to get a car note because I got an accident. Someone totaled my car, ran a red light, totaled my vehicle, and now I have a very expensive car note that I did not want. So... but I needed a car for transportation. It's just like I said, I'm just going over like who I am personally, and things that I went through because this podcast is struggles of a local artist, so those are some of the struggles I went through, and the thing is about life though, even though there's struggles, there's always blessings to come. Most people aren't patient. They don't have faith. And the Bible speaks faith without works is dead. So if you don't have faith in, something positive is going to happen in your life, then to tell you, like going back to the scripture we were talking about before, if you talk negative and, if you're talking negative and, oh man, my life sucks, nothing's going to happen good for me, then your life's going to suck and nothing's going to happen good for you guys. It's not going to bless you. And one thing I had to realize, I had to realize that, God, he doesn't want you to keep praying for the same things. He wants to bless you. He wants you to blossom like a flower. So if you keep asking for the same things, and he already blessed you with it. It's like, man, it's like kind of like not necessarily contradicting yourself, but it's just like, man, you kind of like, it's kind of like being selfish in a sense because you keep asking for something so that's what I had to learn. Like, I can't keep, asking God for the same things. I have to, and not only, but I'm not perfect. I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not even a Christian necessarily. I'm just trying to get myself closer to God. But, so you just gotta, have faith and just keep pushing and just don't listen to what people say, Because in this world, and especially being a local artist, man, or even being a musician at all, like, doesn't mean you're professional. There's going to be a lot of criticism, People are going to judge you. People are going to, take your music or whatever you do for granted. So, this world's very evil. So, just to heads up, we got about 9 minutes left of this podcast. So, I'm gonna try to end it off good, hit the sweet spot on a couple of topics that we went over today. Oh man, what was I gonna say? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna talk about, dang, wow, I don't forgot what I was gonna talk about. But anyways, man, that kind of got me mad because it was a really good thing to discuss. Not necessarily discuss because nobody's talking to me right now, but you know what I mean. But, man, 9 minutes. What am I gonna do with 9 minutes? Man. I can't even think. Oh man, I just clipped. Dang. That's not gonna sound good in audio. And God darn it, how did I clip? Wow. Anyways, I'm gonna just wrap this up. Like I said, this is just the intro. This is just trying to get a feel of this podcast experience for myself. Get myself in the podcast world. But yeah, so just I want you guys to be mindful of those 3 topics I went over and 3 tips. So yeah, and just stay positive, man. Use that scripture to your advantage. Don't speak negative, speak positive, man, and positive things will happen. And I just want to do a little couple shout outs. Shout out to my friend Chance, rest in peace. Chance, man, he raps, he makes music too as well. His family, they're really big into music. So if you get a chance, check him out. I'll try to post his SoundCloud in the description. Also, shout out my team VOF. Shout out my mother. Shout out all the people listening to this. And let's just keep positive, man. Have a great week. It's Wednesday, so hump day, boy. So that means you only got 2 more days to the weekend. So everyone have a blessed and wonderful day. Stay tuned. Keep liking and sharing my stuff, and more to come, baby. All right, peace.